Good afternoon. I'm very pleased this afternoon to award the Canadian Jewish Literary Award in History to Matti Friedman for his book, Spies of No Country, Behind Enemy Lines, at the Birth of the Israeli Secret Service. This is a remarkable book. There are a couple of interesting dimensions to it, particularly interesting dimensions. One, of course, is that he focuses on four young proto-Israelis, if I may call them that, because this is before the existence of the State of Israel. And they are from Arab lands, and they are wonderful Arabic speakers. And so the precursor of the Mossad recruits them and sends them back to their countries to become espionage agents in the years before the war. And so you have this remarkable reversal of these young men who dreamt of nothing more than spending their entire lives as Jews, fulfilling the Zionist dream in Israel, who are sent back to live as Arabs and espionage agents and have to transform their identities back to what they had been. Actually worse than that, because they had managed to live as Jews in those lands for a time. So you have a really interesting psychological portrait of these four men, in addition to which Matti explores the various escapades and events that they get embroiled with. So it's remarkable in that sense. The one thing that I think helps lift this book beyond the strict scope of a historical narrative is the extent to which Matti focuses on the importance of Mizrahi thinking and culture in modern Israel. That is to say, he makes the argument that too much of the information that we in the West learn and read about through mainstream media tends to be informed by an Ashkenazic perspective and bias. And he makes the argument that the thinking that impelled these young Israelis in the 1940s is still very much a major part of Israeli culture today, and part of the political thinking that goes into the decisions that the government makes. So I thought that was very valuable. This is the third award that Matti has won. He won 2 years ago for a wonderful book called Pumpkin Flowers, and he won several years ago for a book called the Aleppo Codex, in the organization, the Canadian Jewish Literary Awards, which was our own precursor. Matti is here with us today, I believe, by video, so cue the video.
Hi from here in Jerusalem to everyone gathered in Toronto to celebrate Canadian Jewish literature and the Canadian Jewish Literary Awards. I'm sorry that I can't be with you today to express in person my thanks to the judges for giving this year's History Prize to my book, Spies of No Country. I've been reporting in Israel for more than 2 decades. I've been here since 1995 when I was 17 years old when I left Toronto, and I've been doing my best to cross the boundaries between people here and write as accurately as I can about this country and about its incredibly diverse and interesting population. And I do think that one of the reasons I've been able to do that successfully is that I grew up in Toronto, which is a city where crossing human boundaries is remarkably easy. Toronto's a very unique place, and the farther I get away from my childhood in Toronto, the more I realize how special Toronto is, and the more I understand how much that has to do with the way my brain is wired. So winning a prize in Toronto is very special for me, more special than it is in any other city, and I hope you all appreciate how lucky you are to live there. Thank you again for this incredible honor, and apologies again that this has to be a video message and not a message delivered in person. I hope our paths do cross in person at some point. And in the meantime, all the best from here in Israel.
So again, I'm very pleased to award to Matti the award in history for 2019.